From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, October 29th, 2016. Silver is trading at $17.78 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,276 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $708. Antiwar.com reports a U.S. drone strike has killed and wounded a number of civilians in Afghanistan's Nangarhar province, though exact numbers are yet unclear, with officials claiming that the home at the center of the attack was owned by a suspected Taliban commander. The putative commander does not appear to have been among the casualties, though at least 4 people were killed within the house, and the blast also wounded a number of people in the surrounding area. At least 7 children and 5 women are in the hospital for treatment related to the strike. Official Afghan statements only labeled the 12 wounded as civilians, and everyone else was not a civilian. Locals offered varying estimates, and the Taliban claimed 2 civilians and over 30 wounded in their own report on the attack. The Nangarhar province has been heavily targeted by U.S. warplanes over the past several months, though generally trying to tramp down on a growing the Islamic State faction therein. The Taliban has had a presence in Nangarhar throughout the U.S. occupation, as indeed they have almost everywhere along the Pakistani border. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and numerous supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $1 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. UPI reports a former assistant football coach at Penn State University was awarded more than $7 million because the school defamed him for coming forward about seeing Jerry Sandusky sexually assault a boy in a campus shower. Penn State will have to pay former coach Mike McQueary $7.3 million for ostracizing, isolating, and defaming him, effectively ruining his life, after grand jury testimony was released with him saying he told former head coach Joe Paterno about catching Sandusky in February 2001. There's a chance Penn State will have to pay McQueary even more money, as Judge Thomas Gavin has not yet ruled on his claim as a whistleblower. McQueary was placed on leave and then fired because he'd spoken out about Sandusky and other school officials. In the last 5 years, he's been unable to find another job in football, and his personal life has collapsed. Elliot Strokoff, McQueary's lawyer, told jurors during his closing argument, "What Penn State has done to Mike McQueary is outrageous. He should not have been a scapegoat in this matter, and certainly not for 5 years." Penn State has now paid out more than $93 million to settle claims from 32 people accusing Sandusky of sexual assault, though that could increase with Gavin's ruling on the whistleblower claim expected in the next few weeks. Sandusky is currently serving a 30 to 60-year prison sentence after being convicted of sexually abusing 10 boys during his time as a Penn State coach. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports the U.S. Supreme Court on Friday agreed for the first time to rule on transgender rights in a case in which a Virginia public school district is fighting to prevent a female-born transgender high school student from using the boys' bathroom. The justices agreed to hear the Gloucester County School Board's appeal of a lower court's April 19th ruling that transgender students are protected under U.S. laws barring sex-based discrimination. The case involves a 17-year-old transgender student named Gavin Grimm, who identifies as male and sued in 2015 to win the right to use the school's boys' bathroom. The case, to be argued and decided before the end of June, will be one of the biggest of the court's terms. Grimm said in a statement, "I never thought that my restroom use would ever turn into a kind of a national debate. The only thing I ever asked for was the right to be treated like everyone else." Josh Block, his lawyer at the American Civil Liberties Union, said the court's decision to take the case means Grimm will not be able to use the boys' bathroom before graduating from high school next year, adding, "These sorts of discriminatory policies stigmatize and isolate transgender students like Gavin just because of who they are." The school board's chairman, Troy Anderson, welcomed the court's decision to hear the case, saying the board's policy carefully balances the interest of all students and parents. Conservative groups have backed the school board, saying the fight is about student privacy rights. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.